You're about to learn how to take your basketball skills to the next level when you're by yourself, which is incredibly important because most players don't always have a partner to practice with. And the key to getting better is to practice game-like reps consistently. That is so important. So I'll say this again. You need game-like reps and you need to practice them consistently, which means you're getting the right kind of reps 3 to 6 times every single week. And for most players to do that, you need to practice whether you have access to a gym or even if you don't have a partner. No excuses. And the reality is, when most players do practice by themselves, the drills are not game-like, which does not help you get better. We're gonna show you how to solve that problem with the best basketball drills to do that by yourself right now. Let's do it. Now, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification right now. Now, to use our time efficiently, we're gonna warm up while also working on our ball handling at the same time. We're gonna start off with dribble lunges. We're gonna start off with our right hand dribbling about waist high. As you get into your lunge, then your lunge will still be about waist high. And we're gonna go from elbow to elbow. Right hand going down, and then we go work on doing left hand coming back, all right? Next, we're gonna get into find your range shooting. This is a great way to get warmed up, get used to shooting the ball, and just getting going. This can happen before a game, or even before you get into a serious workout. Just getting used to finding your range, moving from close to the basket to away from the basket. So for this first spot, we're gonna start off by shooting 10 shots. The goal is to make 6, at least 6. After you make at least 6, then you're gonna take a step back and continue and shoot another 10 shots at that position. If you do not make at least 6, then you want to stay at that same spot until you make 6. All right, let's get into it. So now I just took 10 shots here and I made 6 at my second spot. Now I'm going to take a step back and continue the same thing. So now I'm at my third spot. I just made 6. Now I'm going to take another step back and then work on the same thing. So now you see on my fourth spot, I'm here close to the free throw line. Now I want to take another spot back because I made at least 6. Now it's my opportunity to take another step back, and then we're going to work on more repetitions. So I just made at least 6 at the top of the key. Key thing to remember, if you're not getting that 6 at your third, your fourth, or your fifth spot, stay at that spot until you make 6. You don't want to rush it. Because if you don't have it built, or if you don't have the foundation close to the basket, you're gonna struggle out here, all right? I'm gonna take another step away from the three-point line and see if I can get at least 6 out of that 10. So as you see, farther and further, my shots became a little short. So then I may want to step in, go back to my position right before that one, and then work on these one more time, 2 more times, and then try to readjust and come back and work at this again. If you have good range, if you have good legs, good form, then you can continue to step all the way back if you want to, but ideally, these are probably not the great shots that you want to take in the game, but you want to make sure that you're increasing your range at the same time. And the key thing to remember is don't sacrifice your form. Ensure that you have the same form, same follow through, same stance, same foot placement, same alignment. That's key. So focus on having the same mechanics at each position all the way up until you're done. That's important. So for the next drill, we're gonna work on lane slide jumpers. This is another great drill that adds combo skills to allow you to get better at shooting and also get used to warming up and also work on your footwork as well. So you can start with the ball here on the left lane, right by the first dash above the block. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna start right above that ball in an athletic stance. The goal is to shuffle over to the right side, to the right lane, and then quickly shuffle back and pick the ball up and get into a nice shot, all right? So after you've completed the repetitions on the left side, now what you want to do is move the ball over to the right side, and you're going to repeat the same thing, all right? Remember, when you're shuffling, try not to cross your feet, try to keep them apart, stay on the balls of your feet, and then as you're approaching the ball, you want to make sure you get your feet lined up, squared up to take that shot. All right, let's get into it. After you completed repetitions on the left side and you've completed repetitions on the right side, now what you want to do is take the ball and move it up to the second dash away from the block, and then you're going to repeat that same sequence again. And then after you work the second dash on the left and right side, the next level, now you're moving further away from the basket. Now you're going to move it to that third dash, and you're going to repeat that same sequence. Again, doing repetitions on the left side and then doing repetitions on the right side. If you want to get ambitious and do more, then you can move the ball back a little bit further above the free throw line if you want to, and then work on those repetitions as well. Remember, again, this is a great drill because not only is it increasing your shooting range, it's preparing you to get your legs ready. It's also working on your shooting footwork as you approach the ball. Not only that, working on your footwork going from lane to lane, which not only can help you with offense, it can help you on defense. So for the next drill, we're gonna work on the attack, retreat, and finish. When you're doing this drill, you wanna make sure that you're attacking the block, you're getting into a nice retreat dribble, and then you're gonna attack the basket with one dribble only and finish. For the first drill, I'm only gonna work on a simple finishing, but you can work on reverse, you can work on inside hand finish, you can work on a pro hop. There's a lot of finishes you can work on, but I'm just gonna show you how the drill works, all right? So for landmarks, so you can know where to start, you can start at the elbow on the right side first. When you attack, you're gonna attack all the way down to the block, and then instantly, once you get to the block, I want you to plant with your left foot. Now you're gonna get into a retreat dribble, right back to the first dash, and then from there, I want you to explode with one dribble and get to the layup. It's important that as you're attacking hard, and then as you're approaching the block, you want to position your body and plant the left foot. Now, when you do your retreat dribble, you don't want to stand up. You want to make sure that you're low, keeping your feet apart, keeping the ball away from the defender. And as soon as you hit this first dash from the elbow, you want to get into an attack and finish. All right, let's get right into it. So for the next drill, we're gonna work on shooting footwork series. We're gonna work on just 1-2s, we're gonna work on hops, but in multiple directions. So for the first one, you can start at the top of the key or you can start slightly above the free throw line, working on spinning the ball to yourself, or again, dropping the ball to yourself, and then getting into your shot. So first, let's just work on doing left, right, and right, left. We're gonna alternate after each shot. All right, let's start it. Key thing to remember when doing this drill, you want quick stabs, short, hard. Keep your legs low and get off the ground quickly. So as the ball is coming up from the ground, I'm getting into that quick stab and I'm exploding up and getting to a nice quick pull-up jumper. So now we're gonna get into a side step, 1, 2. Same concept, still spinning the ball or throwing the ball to ourselves, but now we're moving lateral. These are good when you have a shot or a lane away from the defense. You don't want to necessarily step into the defense. This is another great way to create space and get into your shot. So we're going to start off going to the right side, shoot our shot, and then after that we're going to alternate and go to the left side and shoot our shot. Again, when throwing the ball to yourself, it's important to get into your footwork as the ball is coming off the ground. All right, let's get into it. When doing this drill, balance is important because your momentum is going to the right and left. So as you're throwing the ball to yourself, you want to make sure you're low and still getting your foot aligned. If you're standing up, you may have a tendency to move to the right or to the left. So make sure each time you're low, balanced before you get into your shot. So for the next drill, we're gonna work on simulating coming off of a curl screen. Now, because these drills are to be done by yourself, you have to be creative and make sure that you're doing what's needed to simulate game performance. So in this situation, we're gonna start off with our back to the basket, and we're gonna only work on going to the right side right now. But after you get done with the right side, you would do the same thing on the left side, all right? So we're gonna start off low. We're still gonna drop the ball or throw the ball to ourselves. And then we're gonna get into our forward pivot footwork and then get into a nice shot. Because this drill is a little bit more creative, you may feel weird getting into your step. So when you make your step, make sure you're not making your step out to the sideline or making it out too wide. You wanna make sure that you're taking that step and going towards the basket, simulating like you're coming off of a screen or off of a curl cut to get into a nice shot. So for the next drill, we're gonna start off a little further away from the top of the key. We're gonna start off in a stationary position. First move we're gonna work on is just a simple crossover, all right? When you make your crossovers, you're gonna start off with the right hand, take 2 quick dribbles, 1, 2, crossover. You're gonna repeat the same thing, 1, 2, crossover, get right back to your right hand. Now you're gonna attack the cone, which is also simulating the defender. As you're attacking, we're gonna do the same move that we just worked on there, but with the right hand. We're gonna get into a crossover, into an off the dribble shot. All right, let's get into it. Remember, when you're making these moves, make sure that your eyes are up, you're pounding the ball, and you're keeping the ball close and tight. Also, when you're coming off the dribble, make sure that you get into your quick 1, 2, and exploding up and getting into a nice shot. Next, After you get done with your right hand, now you're gonna start off with the ball in your left hand, all right? Same thing, you're just starting off with the ball in your left hand. So you're gonna take 2 hard dribbles, crossover, 2 hard dribbles, crossover. Now I'm attacking the cone with my left hand and then crossing over and get into my off the dribble shot. Let's do it. So now we're gonna advance to the next move. Instead of doing a crossover, now we're gonna go through the legs. For these, I want you to work on scissor-like movements with your feet and chop your feet, all right? We're gonna go back to using a dribble with our right hand first and get into it with through the legs, all right? Let's get to it. Now we're gonna work on going behind the back. First one was a crossover, second one was a through the leg. Now we're working on behind the back. Again, starting off the drill with our right hand. And that athletic stance, 2 hard dribbles and get into it. Let's do it. Now we're about to get into ball spin outs. This is a great drill to work on your shooting while you're by yourself. You don't need a passer, you don't need a partner. You just need the ability to be able to throw the ball to yourself. You can do that in a couple ways. You can spin the ball to yourself, or you can just drop the ball in front of you as you get into your footwork. You can do this anywhere on the floor. Key things to keep in mind when you're spinning the ball or throwing the ball to yourself, you have to time it out. No matter if you're doing a 1-2 or a hop, you have to catch the ball as it's coming off the ground and get into your shot. It's simulating the pass from your teammate as the ball is coming to you. That's when you want to get into your 1-2 or get into your hop, or when the ball's in the air. All right, so that would look like I spin the ball, it drops, then I get into my 1-2 and get into my shot. Or even if I'm just dropping it in front, it's the same concept and I'm getting into my shot. Make sure that you're low when throwing the ball to yourself. All right, so that means I'm down. As I'm throwing the ball to myself, I'm still low, and then that prepares me to have more power in my legs so that I can get into a good shot. So when doing this drill, there are several spots on the floor that you can spin the ball out to yourself. You can do it out of an L cut, you can do it out of a curl cut, a V cut, straight cut. Also, keep in mind when you're doing this, know where your strengths are, but also know where your weaknesses are at too. So work on those spots that you're strong at, where you get those shots the most in the game, out of your offense, and then also work on those weak spots where you're struggling at, and work on those too as well. By working on both of those at the same time, spinning the ball to yourself, that would increase your shooting percentage and allow you to be a better shooter off the catch. For the next drill, we're gonna work on perimeter footwork into an off the dribble shot. For this, you can get creative, but you have to start simple first, all right? This is gonna help you work on jabbing, going towards the basket. This is gonna help you working on your cross jabs, getting the defender shifting. This is also gonna get you used to swiveling and pivoting on either your left or your right foot. So let's start with the very basic one, which is just a simple jab. So all I'm gonna do is just start with my left foot as my pivot, and I'm gonna jab with my right foot, start off in the triple threat position. I'm gonna jab one time, and on my next dribble, I'm gonna get into a shot off the dribble. So remember, you always wanna start out in a triple threat position before you get into your move. And just keep in mind, you're also gonna have a pass probably coming to you from a teammate before you get into that move. So let's start off with a spin out, right? So if I'm coming from the left side of the floor to the pass, I would wanna spin the ball out to myself, and then I get into a left-right. My first thought is looking for the shot. If I have it, you can give a nice pump fake. You can give a nice little lift fake if you want. You don't wanna come up too far because now you don't have legs for the shot if you have it. But make sure that you're giving a hard shot fake. And then now let's get into our jab, right? Our jab is our simple jab on our first one, and on my next one, I'm gonna get into one dribble, pull up off the dribble, all right? Let's try it out. So for the next drill, we're gonna get into a ball spin out by throwing the ball to ourselves at the top of the key. When we throw the ball to ourselves, we wanna make sure that we're getting into the proper footwork, which is gonna be a left-right on this, and still looking for our shot, all right? So I'm throwing the ball, I'm low, throwing it to ourselves, left-right, looking for our shot, give a nice shot fake. And then what we wanna do is take a back pivot, right? Back pivot, working on our pivot, taking our right foot away from the basket, and then we wanna come right back, still ready for the shot if needed. If we don't have the shot, now we wanna do a sweep, hard, one dribble, and get into our shot. All right, let's see what that looks like. So for the next drill, we're gonna work on 3 things in one, and that's a shot, jumper, layup. We're gonna start over here in the corner. For the first one, I want you to work on spinning the ball to yourself, and because we're on the left side of the floor, we're gonna utilize our left, right for our 1-2. We're still low when we spin the ball to ourselves. Left, right, square up to the basket, get into our shot. I want you to follow the shot, get your rebound, and immediately come right back out. For the next one, I want you to, again, spin the ball to yourself and get into that same 1-2 footwork, and then work on attacking the basket with one dribble and get into your jumper. After you get done with that, I want you to hustle, get your rebound, and again, come all the way back. And then now, same thing, still spinning the ball out to yourself, but instead of doing a jumper or a shot, now we're gonna attack the basket hard for a layup. You can be creative. Since we're on the left side, you can use a left hand layup, you can use a right hand layup, you can get into a pro hop, reverse, be creative on these, all right? Let's get into it. Now, after you get done with working on your shot, jumper, layup with your 1-2 with the left, right, now you're gonna work on your right, left, and repeat the same sequence, going, attacking to your left side. Now, after you get done with your repetitions at the first spot, now it's your job to go to the next spot and do the same thing, working on the right side and the left side, or working on your left, right, and your right, left, get into your shot, jumper, and layup. And then continue that all the way around the perimeter, and then you can also work your way back to where you started. So for the next drill, we're gonna work on combo dribbling into your shot off the dribble. Before we get into that, we're gonna first start off with the basic initial move. And for the initial move, we're gonna start off with an in and out first. So you can start off stationary just to get used to doing your in and out. And then after you get used to that, then you can start building on top of that and start adding combos. So stationary, let's just say this is the defender right in front of us. All I want you to do is just work on in and out, one dribble, in and out, one dribble, in and out, one dribble. And after you get comfortable with that, now you can start adding your footwork a little bit, right? So now I'm dribbling, now I can go in and out, come back. As you notice, as I'm going in my in and out, I'm also jabbing with my left foot at the same time, and I'm coming back and doing the same repetition, all right? So I'm going 2 dribbles or 1 dribble, doesn't matter, just make sure that you're getting your in and out moves together, all right? 1, 2, in, 1, 2, in. After you're done in stationary with no footwork, now you worked on it with using the footwork. Now you can get into on the move, right? So now you can take a step back, and then now you can approach the defender. It's key. You don't want to make your move on top of the defender too close. You want about arm distance, give enough room to make the move, and then you attack with in and out and get into your off the dribble shot. All right, let's start it. Now, after you get done with your in and out with the right hand, what you want to do now is alternate. Now you'll go right side, in and out, off the dribble, and then you'll go in and out with the left hand off the dribble, all right? Same way I get here, in and out, one dribble, shy. For the next drill, we're gonna add another move to it. So we're gonna do an in and out crossover. If you feel uncomfortable with this, again, start back off stationary at the cone and work on the drill, all right? You can start off here, do an in and out cross, get used to it, and then work your way back where I'm about to start now. All right, let's get into it. Now that you've built the foundation with the initial in and out, you've worked on the in and out with the crossover, now we're gonna keep building on those moves. So the last one we did in and out crossover, now we're gonna do in and out crossover through the legs, all right? Let's try it out. Now remember, after you get done with your in and out crossover through the legs on the right side, now you're gonna work on your left side. If you start off on the left side, that's fine. Just make sure that you're getting equal amount of repetitions on both sides. If I had to choose any drills, these are the drills that I would choose to work on. And when you're working on these drills, these are important because you need to work on several different aspects of your game to improve all of those skills. And you'll notice that most of these drills are combos. And these combo drills will help you take your game to the next level. So when should you use these drills in this video? And how often should you do them? To answer these questions and to help you improve your skills as fast as possible, I put together a free workout program that you can do by yourself. It shows you exactly when and how to use these drills in the video. Plus, I added a few extra bonus drills you can do alone that will put your workout on steroids. Click the link in the video description to instantly get the workout program for free. Again, if you use these drills in this video, it will greatly improve your performance on the court very quickly. If you have any questions at all, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.